The profound exhaustion you feel is not a failure of your body. It is the evidence of your expansion. The ringing in your ears, the sudden dizziness, the waves of emotion that have no logical source, these are not signs of defect. They are the diagnostic signals of a system undergoing a radical and rapid upgrade. For too long, these experiences have been misinterpreted as illness or instability, creating confusion and fear where there should be validation and clarity. The time for misdiagnosis is over. It is time to decode the physical language of your spiritual acceleration. This transmission is structured to provide that clarity. First, these symptoms will be correctly identified as the signal of somatic lag, the gap between your energetic frequency and your physical vessel's current capacity. Second, the fundamental mechanics of energetic embodiment will be illuminated, explaining the precise biological necessity for this intense recalibration process. And finally, a sovereignty protocol will be delivered, equipping you with the strategic tools required to consciously manage and accelerate your integration of these new, higher frequencies. Let us begin by dismantling the primary illusion. What you are experiencing is not the vibrational flu. To label it as an illness is to misunderstand its function and to place yourself in a position of passive victimhood. The correct operational term is somatic lag. Soma refers to the physical body. Lag refers to a delay in response time. Your consciousness, your energetic signature, is accelerating at a rate that your biological hardware was not originally designed to handle. The physical symptoms are the friction generated by this discrepancy. The fatigue is your system reallocating massive amounts of energy from external activity to internal cellular reconstruction. The ringing in your ears is the sound of your sensory apparatus tuning to frequencies beyond its previous range, like a radio scanning between stations. The dizziness is your equilibrium recalibrating to a new energetic center of gravity. These are not malfunctions. They are system alerts indicating that a profound upgrade is in progress. This is analogous to running highly advanced software on an older computer. The processor overheats, the fan runs constantly, and the system slows down not because it is broken, but because it is struggling to process a level of data and complexity it was not built for. Your body is not broken. It is being rebuilt while it is still in use. But understanding this signal is only the first step. To move beyond the discomfort and begin to consciously partner with this process, one must grasp the fundamental law that governs this biological upgrade. Why exactly must the body endure such a radical and often disruptive recalibration? What is the energetic principle at work here?
The mechanics of energetic embodiment operate on a simple, immutable law of physics. Structure must match frequency. A higher operational frequency, which is required for your assignment, is not an abstract concept. It is a tangible, measurable state of being that carries more light, more data, and more creative power. Your current physical body, in its unupgraded state, is too dense to stably anchor and transmit this level of energy. Attempting to run a high-voltage current through a low-grade wire will only result in the wire burning out. Therefore, your biological systems have initiated a mandatory upgrade sequence. This process forces your cellular structure to purge density. This density includes not just physical toxins, but also the stored energetic imprints of past trauma, limiting belief systems, ancestral conditioning, and unprocessed emotions. These are literal frequencies held within your cellular memory that are incompatible with the new frequency you are embodying. The sudden waves of sadness, anger, or fear are not new emotions you are creating. They are old energies being flushed from your system. Think of it as renovating a historic building to meet modern electrical codes. You must first Tear out all the old, frayed, and outdated wiring. The process is messy, loud, and creates a significant amount of dust and debris. An outside observer might think the building is being destroyed, but the systems engineer understands that this demolition is the prerequisite for installing a new system capable of powering a brighter and more complex future. Your body is that building, and you are the project director. Pause here. Recognize the inherent intelligence in this process. Your body is not betraying you. It is meticulously and systematically preparing itself to become a more resilient and capable vessel for your consciousness. If this reframing of struggle into strategy resonates, this is the work we do here. Consider subscribing to continue your operational training. Now that the mechanics are clear, the illusion of victimhood dissolves. You are not a passive recipient of these symptoms. You are the active director of this upgrade. You are not simply enduring a process, you are commanding a transformation. The question then transitions from, "Why is this happening to me?" to, "How do I take sovereign command of this process and accelerate my embodiment with minimum friction and maximum efficiency?"
This is achieved through the Sovereignty Protocol, a series of conscious strategic practices designed to support your body's recalibration. This is not about healing an illness. It is about providing the optimal resources for a complex biological project. First is the strategic use of water and minerals. Your body is an electrical system, and water is its primary conductor. Chronic dehydration restricts energetic flow and amplifies symptoms of lag. Consume pure water not just for hydration, but as a tool to facilitate the smooth flow of this new energy through your circuits. Simultaneously, increase your intake of trace minerals. These are the literal nuts and bolts of your cellular reconstruction. High-quality sea salt, dark leafy greens, and living foods are not just healthy choices. They are the raw materials your body requires to rebuild its circuitry, strengthening your cellular capacity to hold and transmit this new energy. Second is the non-negotiable practice of grounding. As your frequency rises, you must simultaneously deepen your anchor to the Earth's electromagnetic field. This is a matter of electrical stability. Walking barefoot on natural ground, a practice known as earthing, allows your body to discharge excess chaotic energy and absorb stabilizing electrons from the planet. This prevents you from becoming ungrounded, which manifests as anxiety, spaciness, and feeling disconnected. Grounding is the foundation upon which all higher energetic work is safely built. Third is the implementation of conscious rest. This is distinct from sleep. Conscious rest is the act of intentionally placing your body in a state of non-activity while you are awake, allowing all available energy to be directed to the integration process. Meditating, lying down in silence, or simply being still for periods of time signals to your system that it is safe to enter its deep update and install mode. Finally, you must become a neutral observer of emotional purges. When a wave of old fear or sadness arises, the protocol is to not identify with it. Do not analyze its story. Simply acknowledge its presence and label it for what it is. This is old energy leaving the system. By observing it without attachment, you grant it permission to exit your field permanently. Resisting it or dramatizing it only re-embeds it into your cells. You now possess the operational clarity to navigate this critical phase of your evolution. The physical discomforts are no longer a source of alarm, but a predictable and manageable signal of somatic lag. You understand the core mechanic. Your biology is undergoing a necessary and intelligent upgrade to match and embody a higher frequency of consciousness. And you have been equipped with the Sovereignty Protocol, a set of strategic actions that shift you from a state of passive endurance to one of active, conscious command over your own integration. The confusion has been replaced by a field manual. The fear has been replaced by a strategy. This is the shift from being a passenger in your own transformation to being the pilot. You are now at the controls, navigating the turbulence with skill, awareness, and profound self-trust. Your experience is a critical data point. Your discernment is a shared resource. In the comments below, share one symptom of somatic lag you have personally experienced and state which element of the sovereignty protocol you will now deploy to manage it. By sharing your field notes, you contribute to the collective intelligence of this network. Read the observations of others. Witness the patterns. Recognize that you are not an isolated case. You are part of a synchronized global-scale activation. You are not alone in this calibration.